That's actually a good choice. That is literally a good
Yeah.
choice. Yeah.
Nothing control the radio if you just can't be without your baby. Hey.
No, but thank you for coming back to my off on our conversation on prison wife versus the everyday wife, and I wanted to move forward in that I wanted to move forward with the remaining questions that we had today.
Mhm.
I'm sure things change and things are different from the last time we spoke due to the lack of communication. I think you mentioned on one of the questions we had. So I am going to ask you what was different from a couple weeks ago to today, and we're just going to move
Mhm.
forward. So, is there anything you want to say or add before I ask you the first question?
Yes, I want to say hi, Bo. Nah, what's up, Brave? How you doing, baby? First,
I'm
thank
good.
you
I'm
for
good.
having me back. Yes, yes, yes,
You're
yes.
welcome.
Thank you for having me back. And continuing our conversation because I think like the last conversation, it was so deep. It's like
It
we really went.
was. Yeah, it
It's like
was.
we did, and it was just like it was three questions, and three questions took us like an hour to change. So
Yeah, and I thought that was so different because it was just like I really thought we only was gonna use like one Skype video for us to
yeah,
get to the point. But it was just so detail oriented that it was like, wait, well, I didn't think to send you this question, but I'm like, I want to ask that. So it's definitely good. So I'm happy for it, and I'm ready. So let's jump right in. Let's jump right in.
listen,
Um,
well, let's remind them of our first video and why we're actually doing this video. So let's
oh,
remind them, why we're doing
okay.
it.
Okay,
Good.
so basically, for those who don't know and those who may look at this video as the first video they ever seen, we are doing a segment on a prison wife versus an everyday wife and the similarities and the difference, the pros and cons of both roles, and how we handle it on a day-to-day basis. On, you know, uh, as far as the challenges she faces as far as taking care of her family, her husband being physically there with her on a daily basis versus the challenges and things that I have to deal with, and how I have to maintain and do what I need to do for my husband who is behind bars. And right now we have a part two to our questions, and we're going to continue with our perspectives on both and keep going from there. So did I clarify? Is that good? That's good. Okay.
I
Okay.
know it's
So
good. It's good for y'all guys. It's good for you. I hope it's good for y'all. All right.
okay.
Right. All right. If you got any questions, make sure y'all hit us up, and we can
Yeah,
actually answer more questions.
that's a
Um,
fact. Hmm.
perspective. So come on with
Yeah.
it. Let's go.
And also, I want to remind you guys. I know I normally do this on my podcast, the audio, but for Podbean, I have a podcast on Podbean where I normally kind of just give you guys an update on where to find me. But I'm just gonna be brief on the YouTube version. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me at pushing past prison community at gmail.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Snap. I'm on all of them. It's either going to be under Triple PC, PPPC, or it's going to be under Pushing Past Prison Communities. I know Kill Me Later for the long title, but that's what I have it under. And yeah, like it's a
Well,
lot.
don't
But
don't worry, because I got you beat. Mine's is S.W.S. Passion four. That's the number four. Success dot NY at gmail.com. So
and there you go, and there you go. Our
you
platforms,
know,
our
make it
network is
sure.
very long.
Yeah, we gonna
Exactly.
make it sure, y'all. We gonna make it
Look, if
sure.
it was up to me, I would have. Yeah, if it was up to me, I would have everything with triple PC. But I want people to know what the hell it is for. What does that stand for? So that's why I push it.
Right, right. And that's why I put Shaking with Shatia, so that people know that SWS, it stands for Shaking with Shatia, which is me, because I'm about everything. You'll never know where you find me and what platform you'll find me at, because I love to do just about everything.
Yeah.
Time, things I must experience, and I want to experience everything. So,
Everything. Yeah.
oh,
Before we get started, and I'm glad that you brought that up because I did want to start this way, so I appreciate it. But can you speak on what you're doing now with your nonprofit to give you a little bit of light on that, and also your soaps and your, what you're doing within that. So give you that moment to do, to say what you need to say.
okay. Well, if you guys will check out my Facebook, which is Shatia01, and if you guys and as well as my Instagram, you'll see videos of the soap that I molded. Right now, Shaking with Shatia's Passion for Success. What we're doing is we're actually giving a platform to different trades. You know, if you want to learn how to mold soap or even make soap, I want to be able to give you a platform, and I
Yeah.
say because. I say that because I've noticed that I've wasted a lot of money trying new things, right? I
We all
I
have.
wasted a lot of money. I'm
Mm-hmm.
scared because
You
the
said a
struggle's real.
lot of money.
The struggle's real. I wasted a lot of money just trying something new. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know something? If I can help someone try something before they actually invest their money into doing it, let's see if you're able to do that first. And that's what Shaking with the Tea is fashion for success. This is what we want to bring, you know. Let's help you test your waters and see what it is that you can do. So right now we want to do the soap molding to where you can create whatever scent that you want for the soap. What you can pick whatever um like flowers, like dry flowers that you want to create it, and even colors. You can do different colors, and you can actually mold it and put it together and create a different, different soaps. You have shea butter, you have regular soap, you have vitamin E, vitamin D, and all these different types of essential soaps that you can actually mix and mold and make profit, if that's
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
want to do. But
Hmm.
we want to bring to the table is to where you don't have to spend $50 to $60 just to try something new.
Hmm.
Come on down to Passion for Success. Come down and shake it with your tea. It's Passion for Success. Try, you know, because
Come
we're
on down.
platform. I want to give you a platform. You want to know how to do make candles? Well, you know what? Come on down. Let's make these candles. If that's something that you want to do, then from there you can go ahead and invest your money. But don't
Yeah.
invest your money and then it's something that you don't want to do. I
Yeah.
think makes a lot of sense, and that's something I
No,
want to.
it does. It does. And I think, um, a lot of people should take advantage of that because I think this is I look at even now being the COVID season where everyone's trying to come up with a side hustle or something from home and to, be beneficial off of that. So if you are creating a platform or a workshop that can help somebody take that and run with it in their own life and their own business, shit, you can make it for you and just be something you make for you in your house if you don't want to sell anything. And
Right.
by you creating that first starter kit for somebody to learn and prosper and grow from that, that you're like basically feeding a nation with that. You know what I'm saying? Is there a price that comes along with that? Like, do somebody have
Well,
to pay for that?
well, being that it is a nonprofit organization and we are non-funded, what's going to happen is that we would like to bring to the table to where you're paying $10 for your supplies, okay, and the supplies is going to be a lot. It's a lot of supplies. There's a lot that comes with it. You have your you have your melted soap, which is the clear one, and the dry flowers. You have your dye, your coloring, and things like that, and plus the molding itself. So those things come together and equals out to a lot. So what we want to do is we want to be able to have people come. I'll pay $10 just for the supplies that you're going to use. And when you mold the soaps, because it's going to be 6 soaps that you mold, you're going to get
Okay.
the free, and you're going to donate 3 to the organization so that we're able to sell it, so that we can bring out more, so that we can get more products for the next event. So it's like giving,
That's
it's like
awesome. Give a little, get a little. Yep.
Right. Now you spent $10, yes, but for the three soaps that you got, you can then sell them for a $10 profit if that's what you choose. If you
Yeah.
want to be able to just show people, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I did. Are you interested? You're able to do that too. It's all on you. So it's like you spent $10, but you kind of got a $30 value. And
Hmm.
also, I am doing a raffle. So come on down to where I am going to give a starters kit to the winner of the raffle. So, but you got to be there to
Hmm.
win it. You got to be in it to win it. So you got to be there, guys. Come on down, get your tickets. Get your tickets. These are
So,
limited.
so, so you said the raffles for the soap. Then you give the whole thing to the person who wins.
I'm going to, no, not that. That has nothing to do with the soap that we're making. I am going to actually, I'm going to actually, purchase a starters kit, which includes everything you need to start your soap molding business.
Okay.
So, that's what the raffle is for, and the winner, that's the winner takes the cake. Look, they take the cake. They take the cake, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. I love
So,
it. When are you doing the raffle?
the day of the event, which is December 11th, from 2 to 5 o'clock. Okay. And we're also going to have a guest speaker, which is Queen. Thank you so much, Queen. She is a wonderful, wonderful person. She's going to come, she's going to help out, and she's also going to tell the parents about educational system, the educational system. And she's a tutorer. So she's going to just like, let them know how she can help and getting the grades up because it has been difficult. This is the first year that the kids have been in school, and
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult for them to actually like get back on track because they was kind of used to like not doing the work but doing the work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Half-ass in the situation. I got you.
right, right. So wherever you may need, if you have, if you need more help and more tutor, that's where she comes in, and she's just gonna talk to the parents a lot more about that and how many and the ways that she's able to help out in that educational, in the educational
Yeah.
department. Right. So
Hey, that's so dope. Like, having people that that can actually give their services and who wants to give back to the community in some way. So all we need is the people, or all you need is the people to come out and share that same love. If you don't want to, give back in that way, there's always a way to help out, whether financially or with the knowledge you have. Because I think I heard a quote not too long ago, like oh, I hope I don't mess this up, but it's something along the lines of like you can give money and everything, but that will fade. One thing that would never fade is the knowledge you pass on, or something like that. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like
yes,
that.
yes.
That's
A person
amazing.
can
Even if
never
you have any type of talent, you could be able to pass it along. Go ahead.
and a person, no, you're absolutely right. A person could never, ever, ever, ever forget that.
Hmm.
Especially young. I think that's one of the things that you can remember. There's a lot of people that helped me along the way in my community that I could not, I could never forget, never ever forget.
Yeah, you won't
Some
be
of the
the woman you
jewels.
are today without them. So that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
And I think you're gonna leave an impact on some child's life outside of your children.
or adult,
That can look
adult,
at it and be like, "Yo, what you said?"
or adult, because I don't want, I love my kids. I love my
Hmm.
kids. I love everybody. So it's not just about the kids. It's about everybody. And
Hmm.
kids are our main focus because they're our future. But
Hmm.
we have to be the change in order for us to see the change, which is them.
You be the
You know,
change you want to see.
we have to be the change we want to see.
Hmm.
We, them. You get what I'm saying? So, you
Got
know,
you. No, I got you. I
it
definitely
works
get you.
hand in hand. I think that definitely works hand in hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so if you guys would love to support Shatia and be down with the cause and what she's trying to do, how to help out and how to just be a support system. You don't have to always necessarily give, but it'd be nice if you do. But just to show your support by just showing up and showing out, please
Yeah.
please give out your information on how they can reach out to you.
Yes. Well, again, you can reach out to me my platform, which is my email as the s.w.s passion for success. That's the number four success dot ny at gmail.com. You can also go to my Facebook, which is Shatia01, and my Instagram, which is Shatia01 as well. I am definitely changing everything to passion for success because I feel like that's my platform. You know, my platform is definitely Instagram. You'll see a lot more of what I have been doing on there. So, I just wanna be able to give back to the just give back. That's
Yeah,
it.
just a smidgen. Anything you can give, yeah.
We building, and
Mhm.
that's what we
Mhm.
trying. That's all.
That's awesome. So I'm gonna start with the first question, and that first question, I feel like it's a little heavy for it to be the first question, but keep in mind, guys, this is part two. So, if you
We,
were,
yeah, baby, we was already getting
I
there.
know, right? I know, if you were dating, married, or engaged to an inmate, how do you think you would handle that situation?
If I was married, engaged, or
Dating.
dating someone that was in prison,
How do you think you would handle that situation?
mm, um, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because I if I was, that means I obviously care about that person. So I want to handle that situation like how you handling the situation, nevertheless. Um, because I did date somebody that was in jail when I was a lot younger. I kind of know what that's about. On top of going there to go see my brother, our oldest brother. Um, it's like it was kind of one and the same, getting up there, going there, getting checked. You know what I'm saying? Having that little bit of time. We ain't gonna say no other time like we was somewhere, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But but for the most part, it's like I kind of I wouldn't really know. I wouldn't.
Let me try to kind of point you in the direction of how I'm wording the question. Now, I know you said you had that experience with our brother on visiting him, but I've also, my brother on my side of the family, whatever, I've done that with him. And it's completely different than visiting a family member to a person you want to create a life with. So, I guess the best way for you to answer is like, do you feel like you can make it through 5, 10 years if you had some if your husband now was incarcerated, do you think you can be able to maintain the separation? If so, how would you handle the separation? Mind you, you have kids and
Okay,
everything. Do you think
okay,
you're
okay.
strong enough?
Thank you
Yeah.
for clarifying that just a little bit. Yes, I would. I would be able to maintain it because that's my husband. Um, of course, the situation would be different because if he was to get locked up today, then I wouldn't have no choice. That's my husband. We together, so we
We
would be.
always have a choice because people are married every day. Don't mean they stay together.
Not when you going in, because not for nothing. It's like I don't forget. You listen. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. But as soon as not even the nigga, excuse my language, but as soon as the person gets incarcerated, I don't see no girls say, as soon as they get locked up, that moment you get the phone call and say, hey, yo, I'm locked up. I'm done. Click. I don't really, I haven't heard of that too much. It's like you have to have gone through something for the woman to be like, you know what, I ain't doing this no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think if he was to get incarcerated, that I would just dismiss him all the way because that's my husband. But yeah, so that I would definitely fight I would fight with him to the end because that's my husband. That's what they say, that's what you're supposed to do. But I'm a fighter. I know me. I'm not gonna give up on him or any type of way. So
I get what you're saying, and I don't want to come at it like I'm pushing you to a point in my questions, but at the same time, my platform is to be as real and authentic as we can be, and I want to ask the questions that like you ever watch something and then it's like, oh, I wish they would have asked that question. I wish they would have pushed that a little harder. So forgive me because I gotta push you a little hard on this one because
Go ahead,
what I keep,
go ahead.
yeah,
Be free. Free,
what I
sweetie. Go
keep
ahead.
hearing, yeah, what I keep hearing is that that's my husband. I would have been there. You kept repeating that's my husband. And by going through this journey, it takes a little bit more than a title to get through. You get what I'm saying? There's people who's getting through by being a girlfriend. There's people who's getting through by being engaged and having a fiance. There's people that's getting through without the title of being a husband. You get what I'm saying? So as a person, do you think without that title you can progress and visit? Now I get you. It's not a lot of women. There's some.
That's
It's
why
not a lot of women that's on some like, oh well, fuck you, you in prison, I'm out. No, but it's a lot physically on the body. It's a lot on the mind. It's a lot on sexual urges. It's a lot on all these aspects. So go ahead.
think today, at where I'm at now, no, I won't be able to do that because I have so much going on with me. And not for nothing, my two kids, my daughter's 14, she's about to be 15 in less than 2 weeks. And then I have a 12-year-old son. So am I going to be bounce back and forth and worrying about? No, because right now where I'm at, I'm thinking about house right now. And I can't let nothing else stop that house because then I'm not allowing my kids to grow. You understand what I'm saying?
And
So
that's what I
now,
wanted to get to. Yeah.
now will I be there? Yes, but will my focus be there? Well, is will am I stopping everything to do everything? No, because at the end of the day, it's like we still got we. I have this. I'm doing this. So will I have the time? I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's so easy for someone to be like, yeah, I could do it. It's easy. I could do. That's my husband. But when you bust it down to your life now, because the question is based on you as a person now. If he was to go now, you get what I'm saying? It's like, could you do
Yes.
it?
Listen, yeah. Then I had the time to do that and to go back and forth. But today, no, because my focus is not there. It's not trying to accommodate somebody else because they fucked up. I don't care how you look at it. Like I can't do that. Or not even let me not. I don't even want to say because they fucked up, but
I was
because they
going to
got
hit
into
there, but I was going to give you your room to clarify. Go ahead.
it.
Not everybody
I'm
fuck
not
up in these
gonna.
situations.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because not everybody fuck up in that type of situation. But because I'm where I'm at today, I don't think I would. It's like it's a line. It will be a line there. It will be a line there. I'm not saying that I wouldn't support him, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't say that I'm gonna
give him
dedicate myself
100%.
to him. Right, right.
I'm actually laughing because I can imagine you like saying like, I'm not saying everybody will fuck up is in that situation, but I know if my nigga is in there, he
He
fucked up. I'm like laughing because I know that's kind of something you would say. Like, well, I'm not talking about y'all niggas, but mine's if he locked up, he done did some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Only you know me, baby. Only you know me.
Yeah, so I get you, but that's some honesty, and I hope that line right there, that sentence that you said, that should bring a lot of women hope and and just a perspective. I'm not saying anything you said was wrong or right. I'm saying it gives perspective on everything you just mentioned. There's a woman or women out there that got the same amount of responsibilities. They got social media accounts, they got businesses, they got kids, they got this, and their husband's away, and they still got to divide that time between their priority to their husband and to their kids. Like I know we spoke off camera earlier about how you have so much on your plate, but you still got to have time for your husband. If your husband's away, you still have to give that time. That time doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like you still got to be
So
like, you know what? This time frame is for him to call around this and this and this. I got to still obligate a part of my life to him because he's not here. You get what I'm saying? So
I,
go ahead. Look like you want to say something.
Yes, yes. No, no. It's not only him, but it's him and the kids. Because
Mhm.
remember, these are all different time frames. It's like, now my house is very, my apartment is very, very small. So, I don't have a living room. I can definitely say that. I really don't care, at this point. But
Yes.
so it's like, I'm in the room, and then when I do get a chance to speak to my kids, it's like, we're in the kitchen, or, I'm in their room. And sometimes it's like we be chopping it up in the kitchen. I made a hallway space in my hallway. I made some space for that. But, we're chopping it up in there. So it's like not only do I have to have time for my husband, but I also got to have time for the kids too, and it's
Yeah, it's tough because it's like the way you said it was more like I'm not gonna dedicate. He's not gonna have my full attention because he knows we have children and he knows we have this, he knows we have that. But that brings me back to the mental health aspect of they need to. You know what I'm saying? They may not they might be separated from the house of doing the chores, helping you with this, bills, businesses, goals, everything like that. But and I guess the only thing is different because like you don't live this life. I have to teach you about the lingo. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's different. You know what I'm saying? I know it's different for you. But I'm just looking at it as an outsider looking at this video and just looking how things are being said is more like, you know, we don't necessarily have that option to be like put him on the back burner, let me focus on the kids. And then those who do have that option, because we all have options, but we don't want to because they're part of this family too. So we shouldn't have to be
that
like, well, I'm just going to focus on the house, kids, this, that, groceries, whatever. He's a part of that.
the
And for
difference.
him to have, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that the difference is that for women that is going through the prison community, is that their families is also going through the prison community as well. It's not just about the wife, because guess what? The wife have to bring that child up there to go see their father. I remember doing that and being one of those children. And then it's the aunts and the uncles, just like we shared that on your mother's side you went up there and you used to see your brother all the time. Well, guess what? I would do the same for our brother, on our father's side. So, when it comes down to family in general, as a whole, I think it's like we all go through it from your side, from the present side. It's like it's not just the wife, it's the wife, the child, the aunt, the sister, the nephew, whoever wants to be involved.
Participate, man.
Yeah, participate and be involved. So yeah, like it is a lot. It's different. Yeah,
It's definitely it's interesting on how you view things. Like I said, it's that's why I love this segment because it's like you can see the priority level of someone that's in your shoes and to someone who's in our shoes because it's like if I hope I'm not misspeaking for any other wife that's going through this, but it's like our husbands is the our priority. You know, I can only speak for a single person because I don't have children, but it's more like it's a us thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the kids got to do something. Yo, babe, guess what? He knows. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I have to tell him outside of like he should. I think the husband should know like, oh, our kid got basketball practice. Oh, our son got to do this. He already knows. So that there's a way for you guys to coexist within that. He knows not to call between this time and this time because you're going to be hands on with the kids doing the sports, doing the things that he is not unfortunately not able to do. So it's funny how you take that information and you're like, well, I'm going to be da 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 with my business, the kids, the house. He's back there. On the other side, it's more like he's with me, and I also got to do da 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 da. So we try to hold it in one bowl of him, us, kids, everything. So it's interesting, but um,
yes,
yeah. So your turn for the questions is your question
yes,
turn.
yes, 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 yes. Okay. So mine was, what do you think? I believe that I'm not sure if I answered if I asked this question. What do you do? Okay, what do you think you need to do as a wife to get from where you are to where you need to be in the future?
You didn't ask that question, but you're
I,
saying what I need to do to get to where I am today, to how to get to the person I want to be in the future.
Yes. Did I ask that
Um,
question?
no, you didn't. You told me about it, but I don't believe you
Okay.
asked it
Okay. I
live.
just remember saying it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good question. For starters, I think. Go ahead.
No, I was no. I think you're gonna answer the question because I was gonna say, coming from a prison wife's perspective, what is it that you could, what is it that you need to do today that is going to help you to get to where you need to be in the future?
Okay, well, first let's define who I want to be in the future. In the future, I want to be better in my religion, better grounded. I'm still making mistakes on a day-to-day basis as far as how I'm dressed, how I talk, and everything like that. So I want to be further in my faith to where I'm grounded and no one can shake me off that path, not even myself.
Mm,
I would like to be a mom and be able to nurture my children and how I feel that they need to be raised in the society that we are in today. And God forbid if I raise black boys, they will be black men. And I want to have the right credentials to to nurture their sensitive side and also have their father around to build their strength on how to handle the society that we're around today, if that makes sense.
yes.
Um,
Okay.
and a source of peace, for all the men I'm around, a source of peace and calm because we're in a situation where they're being targeted on a day-to-day basis, and there should be no way I should be a part of that hate and that hurt for the men that surround me. And when I say the men, I'm not necessarily talking about siblings. I'm talking about my immediate family that I will create will be my husband and my boys.
Yeah.
So that I want to be a source of peace with that. So now that we have identified what woman I see myself being in that small spectrum of life in the future, what I would need to do to maintain that is number one, me and my husband, we pray together. We study the Quran together. He teaches me. The knowledge he gives me is the knowledge I can pass on to our children. Um,
Mm,
the fact that he is so strong and dedicated in his faith, he inspires me to be strong and dedicated in my faith because by us being married, we complete half of our religion. That is half of our religion just by being married alone. So the rest should be easy. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Um, he keeps me mindful on the realities of what he goes through on a day-to-day basis of being incarcerated. What he goes through at any moment, any day. A CO can have a bug up their ass and decided to plant something in his cell, decide to say something on a wrong day for him to make him lash out, and now we got more time ahead of us. Anything can happen where I'm now fighting for his freedom because of wrongful whatever on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? So I pray for him as far as like I hope that he's okay and we can see the future together because my future is not going to be the future I picture without his presence. I need his presence to see that future. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
Mm,
can still be a Muslim. Yes, I can still be, a mom, but my future revolves around his presence because we're having those kids together.
mm-hmm.
So to put all that in a nutshell, I think continue praying, continue to have that strong communication, continue to do the things that I do to keep us close, to hone in on and have that connection and joke and laugh. And like I said earlier on my live, have uncomfortable conversations that we necessarily don't want to talk about and speak on it because those are the things that keeps us close. And when we feel like we're being like distance in time is separating us, step close, get closer. If I feel like this is too much and I'm drowning of the weight of the world, get close. When I feel like I want to scream because I miss you, but I can't have you, and everything is just a dictating situation on our parts. Get close, stay close, and that
Mm-hmm.
is what I want to do. So my last point I want to make as being his peace, nothing he says can affect me in a negative way. Nothing he says can alter my decision for our future
Mm,
based on what he says because we need to be grounded in our relationship to know this is just something we need to say. This is something I need to say to get to tomorrow. We need to get through this and we're going to fight for our marriage because a lot of people are so quick to give up, which I was someone that was quick to give up. I'm not anymore. So everything is a lesson that we need to learn to get better. So I will always remain his peace so we can get to that future. So I hope I answered your question.
You sure did. You sure did. Okay, okay. So what's your question for me?
Sorry, I didn't mean to go that deep, but I'm looking as
No,
if
you
I'm talking
listen
to him.
as you should. Listen as you should. You know, it's great to have that sort of perspective, you know. Um, I think what would be the difference because we also want to know what would be the difference from out, you know, from marriage versus that inside than out because for you right now, it's like, you know, this is the high hopes. This is the vision that you have. For me, I have a reality, you know? Um, and I think within that reality, because mine's it's so much different because mine's is longer. I've been with my husband for 17 years. We've been married for 6 years. It'd be 7 years next year. Um, and where we're at, it's like, you know, again, every marriage have they happy times, they up times, they down times, they this time, they that time,
Goes in a
you know,
cycle.
and yeah, you know, and I'm not saying my marriage is bad. It's not bad at all, but there are things that comes into place when with being married, you know, especially with being someone physically for 17 years, you know. So you always want to try to grow with that person when it comes down to what it is that I think that I can do today in order for me to for us to be where we need to be at in the future. It's a little bit different because when yeah, hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry. Someone interrupted. So
That happened.
because I look at everything as a whole, I'm like, okay, so what can we okay, because it says as a wife, what can I do? Well, I'm doing what I need to do right now for me to be a better person next year. You know, my vision is my reality today. You know what I'm saying? Because um the organization, the because right now I'm working on the LLCs and everything else to make it official. But until then, I'm doing a lot of voluntary work, and by me doing the voluntary work, it's like my husband, he's at work. It's like we gotta have a game plan, we gotta have a goal, we gotta have this together. So for me, I'm hoping that this will be our foundation in another year, you know, because I just started. This is the concrete of it.
Well,
So
here's
in
the
another
thing. Here's the thing. Your question to me was based on my vision and my relationship and my marriage, not based on my business, not based on anyone else or anything else. Your perspective of answering that question for yourself is based on your LLC, your business, your that. No, take that out because your question wasn't based on what I'm doing as businesses. Your question was how, the woman I want to be in the future. How can I, get what am I doing now? I guess with my husband, I'm assuming that was how it was said to me that I can
again,
get to that
right,
point.
right, and again, the difference between now, but the difference between us is that what I'm doing now, because I don't feel like my husband has any complaints right now for me to be a better person, other than me conquering and actually accomplishing my goals and the dreams that I have today. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And that's why I said I'm already a good wife. Uh, I
But you
already
also
make
want
sure the
to be a
household.
great wife.
You understand what I'm like? I'm already a great wife. You know, I can already. I've been there. I've done all those things. So everything that you see forth to your coming has already came to pass for me. So what
I
I can't.
disagree. I
I
disagree, and the only reason I disagree is because you're only 17 years in. There's people that's 25, 35, 50,
can't.
62. There's
Everybody's
always something
different.
for you to learn.
Right, but I get that, but this is where me taking on this new journey because
Hmm.
this is not just a hey a nonprofit. No, this is a new journey for me. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So what I can do to better myself as a wife, uh, outside of taking care of my household, which I've been doing, is now actually creating this and letting this become actually be something in
Mm-hmm.
another year. So this is why I put that into four, and why I say that the reality, your vision has already been my reality, because I can't put it in the perspective as, well, I'm looking at me being a better wife and being this and being that, because I'm already doing that. You
But
get what
why
I'm
not though? Like that's why I'm sorry, and I don't want to be like a nag on it, because I'm really intrigued with
because
how you're saying things.
I'm already doing this, and you can grow. You always with room to grow, but we're growing. And what I mean by that is like, it's like, even doing things like this, I've learned some things from you, and I've been in here. Look, I've been with my husband a lot longer, and I take advice from you. You know what I'm saying? Me and my husband both.
Yeah.
So it's always to say that, listen, you can always grow when you can do this. But I feel that right now, we're at the peak of saying, something, we need to get
We're
something that's
comfortable. We're
the
comfortable
whole
right now, but let's
time.
go. Okay. Okay. I get that. Like right now, y'all. Okay, because the way it came across, it was like I'm already a good wife. I'm already a great wife. I don't need to like focus on that right now. And I was looking at it as like there's always something you can do better. Like even like for example, all right, boom. I go up there and I see Anthony. I go up there. That's what I do. I'm already doing that. But can I do it better? Maybe I can get there a little earlier. Hey, maybe I can buy him, something while I'm up there. Bring him some books. Bring him some food. You know what I'm saying? It's always something that we can do better. But I get what you're saying now. You're saying is you're comfortable. You're at a point of being content, and you're ready to just focus on the business aspect of your lives. I just don't want you to get lost on business, because, like I said, there,
Well,
there's
not really, because again, and this is where I say that I'm already doing that, because just me being me and who I am, it's always surprising. I'm always doing things. It's like I'm always into things. I'm always growing just as a person. As I spoke to you and I told you that I have it, even in the last video, guys. I have a regimen that I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock. I'm on my prayer calls, and you know what I'm
mhm,
saying. So it's
mhm,
like, I'm always working on me as a better person. And when I work on me as a better person, guess what? I work on the wife aspect. I work on the mother aspect. I work on the doctor. Look, I work on the doctor aspect. I work on the cook aspect. I work on everything that my hats, because I wear many, many, many hats. When I
mhm.
work on myself, I work on those things. So, that's why I say, I'm already doing that. Like, I can't speak on something that I haven't done. No, I'm doing that already. My husband can already expect surprises, and for us to do the different things, and hell, arguments, whatever. Yeah, like, what, what I'm thinking. Every day ain't gonna be a good day now. We're
Yeah.
humans, but it's like, I'm already working on myself. And when you're working on yourself, it's like it kind of separates, I think, and that's what makes it. So I just want to clarify that, if I wasn't clear,
Okay.
on
Okay.
on that aspect. Yeah, always working on self. So yeah,
Um, is it
okay.
my turn? It's my turn, right?
On
Okay. Just
you.
want to make sure. I don't wanna skip. But how do you manage work, kids, husband, finance in your nonprofit in your everyday life?
Mm. It's okay. How I manage it is it's pretty simple. I think I just jumped into it just now by saying that I work on me first. First thing in the morning, I pray. I get into my Bible study. If I'm unable to read to go to the Bible study, I actually read the Bible on my own, and just kind of get one and get into with God. That's the first thing, first and foremost. Okay. Um, and then once I do that, it's like mommy mode. I jump right into mommy mode, and I get that done. You gotta think about cooking and cleaning and managing all these things as soon as you wake up. It's not, oh, when that time comes, 6 o'clock dinner. No, I got to think about dinner 8 o'clock in the morning. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So
No, yeah.
those things and getting those perspective and really kind of time managing my life. I believe we had a conversation to where it was like, I'm unable to do my work. It's like I have to separate my job from
Your personal life.
my personal life, because right now this is my life. My nonprofit, this is my life. Unfortunately, um it's I'm going through a couple of things, so I'm keeping myself busy, and by me keeping myself busy, I say that, yeah, yes, this is my work, this is my job. I'm keeping myself busy. So it's like from 12 o'clock to about 6 o'clock, I'm working, whether it's doing a website, whether it's talking to people, putting my videos together, talking to my sister to get creative, whatever
Mhm.
it is that it has to do with when it comes down to my business. I make sure that's from 12 to about 6 o'clock. Once 6 o'clock get here, or even 5 o'clock, honestly, I got to start cooking dinner. So,
Yeah, yeah.
got to get to that perspective. And then the kids come home, and then I got to separate and I got to put it down. But then
Mhm.
it's hard sometimes, because that's when the people that I need to communicate to have the time to communicate. So,
Mhm.
I have to reach out then, and then that takes the time away that I need from my kids. And my daughter is highly into basketball, so she has basketball practices, basketball games, and things that I have to be involved in as a parent. And then my
Mhm.
son, we're trying to get him into these these tournaments for video games, and trying to get him into that perspective. That's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
so it's really it's really hard. It can be hard. It can be challenging at times, but when you learn how to prioritize and organize your days, the weekends the weekends is family. That's family time. you know
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, it's work. And that's gonna be probably about 2 years from now, because right now, Sunday to Sunday, I'm working. Okay,
No, I
we
get that. I get that.
working, honey. Okay, so but hopefully, again, um by Monday through Friday, and that's how you kind of I prioritize my time from doing that. And as far as in my husband's concerned, when I look at it, because he don't have anything to do with nothing that I written down, making sure that I speak to him throughout the day while he's at work is
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
Give his goodbye, when he leaves, is everything, and also receiving that when he comes in. That's
Mhm.
everything. You know.
Okay. So it's no special sauce, no magic ingredient on how to manage everything. Everything kind of flows in a course of a week or a day, and you just take it as it comes.
Yeah, it's like prioritizing. Even when I was doing the event specialist supervisor, and I'm out all day, I get home about like 8 o'clock. By that time, hubby gets home, he cooks dinner, and then it's like we have 2 hours to talk, and and then he got to go to bed, and I got to go to bed. It's like, you
Because
know,
you didn't had a full day too.
right? It's really not that much time. Again, prioritizing and trying to fit everything in a schedule. It can
Mm-hmm.
be a lot, but when you want to accomplish things, sometimes you got to make sacrifices, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Um, it's your turn. Your turn with the questions. We almost done, guys. Also, I just want to just put that out there. I'm on the verge of losing sunlight, so I only got about like 2 to 3 more questions, because at this point I might have to reach over there and get that light because I'm losing
Okay.
sunlight.
You should just
Okay.
do this now. You should just do that now.
I know I should, but I feel like by the time you know what, let me do it, because I want to kind of get off the camera. So I think we can make it. I think we can make it. We're gonna keep going. If it gets too much, I'll throw on my phone's flashlight. If it gets to that point, I just don't want to lose, like, get up and leave the viewpoint of the camera. I don't really think that's professional enough. But yeah, so go ahead.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay. So I wanted to ask because I know that you guys had broke up. So I wanted to ask, what was the biggest lesson from your breakup?
The biggest lesson from my breakup, if you want to call it that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because we were still married, so it's like we just wasn't talking. So
Yes.
okay, we'll call it that. The biggest lesson is for me, I can say was fight harder for your marriage. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up or call it quits so soon because things ain't going your way. Literally fight. You remember why you guys got married. So in my situation, I had to really think about why I married him in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really know that there was a part of me that wasn't the same once we stopped talking to each other. And I missed that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to grow. He needed to grow. He learned some things along the way. I can't really speak on his behalf on exactly what was it, but there were things we needed to learn separately before we could come back together and say, you know what, we're ready for this. I needed to mature. I was into cheating and just being like living foul, you know what I'm saying? And he was more less less understanding of the situation than I was. So we had to grow up in these areas to where we're better for each other today than we was back then. I think back then, if we would have stayed the same, we would have been toxic for each other. We would have been together because we loved each other, but we'd have been toxic for each other. Now we can go about things that we necessarily wouldn't have. We would have had. There's so many conversations we have now that we would have been flipping on each other with before. That is like, okay, now we feel that we're a healthier relationship for each other, and now we can evolve in that way. So we just needed to grow in those areas. So that's how I look at it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, 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 okay.
Um, my
All right.
question,
So what you got for me?
my question for you is, um, what is special about your marriage that if you lose today, you will miss?
The support system.
Oh,
Like my husband is so super, super supportive. Um, he's real, He's my in more than one ways. It's like he's my best friend. Sometimes you don't like him. Sometimes you be like, "Ooh, you make me sick." But come here, I love you. I love you. You know. So definitely just him being supportive and letting me know when I'm right, wrong, or indifferent. That kind of mean a lot, especially when it comes down to the marriage. I would definitely miss that. I would miss his smile and his eyes. And it's like those things I think it's like is dear to me. But when it comes down to that, it's like he's definitely a support. He's definitely a good support system.
I
So
love that. I love that. Okay, okay, that's really nice. I like it.
I
I
would,
like
I
it.
would yeah, yeah. Because the thing is that um a lot of people have relationships, to where it looks good on the outside, but that man may not be as supportive. Like they may not even give a fuck about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? My husband, on the other hand, he has to, yes, he has to catch up. And what I mean by that is my husband, he's one of those like, tell me what to do when I got you. I don't want
Yeah,
to know
yeah,
details. Like he's a non-detailed person. Like I don't give
yeah,
a fuck. Point to it and I got you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
And it's funny because with Anthony, it's more like since he's so limited, he's more hands on. Like I have a couple of interviews coming up that I'll be speaking to men on these certain topics that my channel is wrapped around. And he's like, all right, babe, let me know what you want to do. And I said, well, I think I could use your perspective on how to ask these questions because my biggest thing, I don't want to come off wrong. I know in the past, I could the way I'm built, I can come off flirtatious. That I don't know if I still have that in me because it's been a minute since I've been talking to the opposite sex that wasn't family. So I don't want to come off that way. So I told him, hey, you write down the questions because I don't want to come off as if I'm trying to. I don't want to, get what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to
I got you. I
be on,
got you. I
you know
got
what I'm saying? And that's not
I
my
got
intention. And you know what I'm saying? And
I
Also,
think that's the difference. My husband isn't. He isn't like that. He doesn't say. He'll say it, but he don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
So he
oh no,
say,
this is something that I told him that I wanted him to do because I know how I can be or how my body language could be. And the main reason why I wanted him to write the questions because him being a person that the guy I'm interviewing, he's been in prison, and me and my husband being currently in prison, there's certain things he says is not appropriate to ask a guy. You know what I'm saying? That's been in prison. Like for one, we never ask anybody why they was in prison. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily know not to ask that if I didn't have my husband. Because a lot of people for multiple reasons may find offense to the person I'm interviewing based on their crime, and he don't want that to reflect on my channel. So he says, don't ask anyone why they was in there. So, but that's my point. Certain things I might ask or whatever, I need his answers and his support to his support on how to go about that. And he's so willing and so able, and he's more like, babe, all right, you got this interview. I got about 10 questions down. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna email it to you and you tell me. And I love his energy with it. You know what I'm saying? And I can picture him being one of those people that when I'm going somewhere, he's going with me too. He wants to know. See, I know your husband's kind of like, just tell me what to do it. I can kind of see, we won't know until he gets out, but I can see him being more on it than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's more like, babe, you're doing this wrong. You got to do it this way. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the difference. If that's something that I would want. My husband knows that. I would love for him to be more of that supportive than him just being you know, I got you, person, but he knows that. So it's not something that, I'm saying to everyone and he don't know that, but he's working on it. That's all.
We all got issues and things we need to work on.
I get.
I'm saying that it's funny how they are different but the same. You know what I'm saying? Like they're both supportive, but they show their support in different ways. I think your husband is more like what you need me to do. I'm expecting my husband to be more on what you need me to do because he can't do the physical. You get what I'm saying? Anthony acts as if he can do more than what he can do. So it's like that's what I find funny.
You gotta got the opposite. Look, my yeah, just like, let me tell you what.
I was like, bro,
let me tell you what to do. You need I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. All right, now I'm about to put some light on because I'm not feeling. I'm fading out here. Hold on.
You definitely fading out, and now we're about to go to sleep. So yay. Okay.
Sorry, I really was trying to make it through, but it wasn't working for me long term.
So let me ask you, what's something you used to believe about relationships but no longer do?
Okay. I used to have this ideology of you need to have a relationship that is local. You need to have a relationship that you and your partner is in the same radius, same town, same area, because that's the only way a relationship could work. I no longer believe in that because clearly my husband is 7.5 hours away from me currently, and we've maintained, we have fought, we have argued, we have went through tough times and everything like any other relationship that is on this earth, and we're surviving. You know what I'm saying? We're living and we're surviving, and that was one of the things that I used to look at as, you can't be long. I remember back in the days where long distance relationship was like you in a long distance relationship, like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's so common that it's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I used to believe that you had to be close. You don't have to be close to make it work. It's convenient to be close, but it doesn't mean it's going to work more or less than the person that's long distance. As long as you have communication, boundaries, and other things involved in that, you can do anything. So, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
What keeps you going? I'm saying, what keeps you pushing? What keeps you focused? Whether relationship with your husband or your business, what a part of your life that keeps you want to wake up the next day and go after it again after having a bad day?
That's easy. It's my passion. The passion that I have for success is like everything to me, because not for nothing, I felt like I was counted out from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? With family, with friends, with, it's just like so many different aspects. Now that I look at my life, and what I have, it's like I was counted out from the door. I was, so for me, it's the passion to succeed. You know,
Mm.
it's the passion to make sure that I leave this earth with a legacy, something that my kids can actually hold down, that my great grandkids, my kids, um, can actually, can have, and that's just a house. Like, nigga, I'm good with a house. You know what I'm saying? Give me a house and I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's like right now I'm working on that. So that way I can have something to pass, and the knowledge that I'm getting, right, the knowledge that I'm getting for me and my family is, I want to pass that to my kids. I want to be able to teach them things. Like I asked them the other, right now I'm teaching them because somebody had asked the question to some young men. It's like, name one cloud. I'm like, what you mean name one cloud? Nigga, cloud. Name one cloud.
That's a fact. Like there's names for them.
Yeah, it is. It's actually five names. There's different shapes and, different things. So these things I want them to kind of like have knowledge of. And one day when they get older, maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't. Somebody's gonna ask that question, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, my mom made me fucking memorize that." You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and
Hmm.
then they're gonna teach their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so everything that I'm doing right, I mean, everything that I'm doing right now, my purpose, thing that makes me want to go, is the passion to succeed. You know what I'm saying? I want to succeed. I want to succeed in everything that I do. I just want to succeed. I was already counted out. I don't know that, because that question hit, you know what I'm saying? It's like
It
that
is.
question, very, very deep. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to break that chain. You know what I'm saying? Just breaking that chain, because I know nobody left me anything, and I know that my mother ain't get left anything, and I know that my mother ain't get left anything, and I know that her mother before that ain't get left anything.
Mhm.
Um, so I just want to be able to just leave my family with something,
Something.
with
And cut the
something.
generational curse.
Yeah,
So I get that. I get that.
you know that's what keeps me pushing each and every day.
Okay. I got you.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Now let's get juicy. Oh,
You got a juicy question?
juice the fruit. Hold on, hey. Juicy.
Juice.
Hey.
I don't got no juice. What juice you want to know? I don't got no juice.
Juice the fruit. Hey.
What's the question?
Juicy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Y'all gotta give me a second. Y'all gotta give me 1 second, okay? Y'all gotta give me 1 second, okay? Because when we get into this question, it's like we gotta get into that mood, okay? Hey. Hey. It's time, y'all, to get juicy. Hey, 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 hey. All right. Let's go. Let's go. It's time to get juicy, y'all. It's time to get juicy. So, what I wanted to know was, what was, oh, okay, okay. What are the biggest hot buttons in your marriage?
The biggest hot buttons as far as what?
How do y'all keep it interesting in your marriage? Like, what do y'all do? Tell me like, yeah,
Um, what do we
yes.
keep it hot? Um, You want the politically correct answer? You want to,
I want the whatever answer you can give. Come on, juice the fruit. Wait a minute. Wait. Think about it, baby. Hey, think about it, baby. Hey.
I don't gotta think about it. That's the problem. I ain't gotta think.
Hey. Juice the fruit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, what we do to keep it hot and heavy is we role play. We role play in person. We role play through emails. I've mentioned it before. Uh, yeah. In person is a little bit more hot and heavy. Yeah. I'm like I'm mostly trying to keep it clean. I'm trying to keep it clean. We role play. At certain scenarios we might come up with. He may come up with the scene. I may come up with the scene, and we'll go from there. And literally, the scene may not have anything to do with sex at the moment, but the way we're passionate about what we're role playing, it makes it turn left. My bad, left. Y'all left. My left. So we do that. A little bit more graphic than that. We do dibble and dabble in the I don't want to say sexting because it's not like you can text, but sexy talk and letters, emails, cards. I sneak some pictures every now and then. The borderline pictures, and we have moments over the phone. So that's how we keep it hot and spicy. If that answers it without going too far into that.
Okay. No, you good. You good. You
Um,
good.
my
You good.
my question for you is, what is different today in your marriage that wasn't necessarily that what's different today in your marriage that changed the last time we spoke? My last conversation. Did anything change with your viewpoint or, something that stuck out to you from the last conversation that changed today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I know you were speaking about like schedules are different. The timing, you feel like, your husband is physically there, but sometimes you can come across where it's like he's still far away. You're busy, he's busy. Did anything ever change in your viewpoint with certain things or just scheduling, or how do you guys manage something better today than y'all didn't manage yesterday? Anything
Well,
along those lines?
the difference is it was the holidays. So, with the holidays, he was home a little bit more. He was home Thursday, and then he has the day off and then tomorrow off. So, it's always better when he have a day off in the middle of the
Yeah,
week. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
He did have to go to work on Friday, but you know, so it was a lot better um since the last week. I can say that he has done a little bit more.
More
And I
hands-on
did,
due to the
meaning,
holidays.
yes, because I have to elaborate. After being, again, it's like when you do have a marriage and you both guys are, you guys are working. It's like you have to separate the husband and wife from the mother and father. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you get caught up with being a mom and dad. You forget to be a husband and wife. And it's
Mhm.
not that you guys are not partners, because you're partners in everything that you do, whether you're a mom and dad or you're a husband and wife. But you have to separate it. And people don't get that. When you're just being parents and being parents, sometimes you can disconnect, because you just start to feel like that person is just there, and it actually, it came to a point to where we were just here,
Mhm.
we were just here. It was just like, oh, he's there. Opposed to, oh my God, I can't wait to get home to my husband. Maybe he sees it and views it differently, because I can say sometimes me and my husband, our perspectives be totally different. Like, it'd be totally different,
Yeah.
But from my perspective, because I can only speak on my perspective of the marriage, that we were, being separated for our husband and wife to actually being parents. So we actually talked about it and we had to get it back. So we started doing more things such as going out and, doing things. So right now, it's just him being more present in the house is what we need to work on. It was like,
No, I
again,
get
because it
that.
came.
I get that. Yeah, you try to. You might be there, but you got to be involved. I guess the involvement is the big
Yeah,
thing
you know, it just being present, just being present. And I can say
in the
that
moment.
he
Mhm.
has been, yeah, he has been being more present and without me asking him to, because that's the big difference too. Sometimes we just want them to just do it, opposed
Yeah.
to some guys may feel like, oh, if she needs help, she'll ask, especially
Mhm.
when you such a dominant woman such as myself. I'm
Yeah.
like independent, if I need help, I'll ask you type of woman, but you're my husband. So some things I expect you to just do, opposed to
Mhm.
me asking. Because I have to ask everybody else. You're the one
You.
person I
I don't
don't
want
want
to
to.
have to ask.
I
Understood.
just want you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I can say that he's like really he's been working on that since the last time we spoke. I did compliment him the other day because he actually kind of helped out without me asking him,
Mhm.
and I can let me speak on that because um I have a problem. Sometimes I have a problem with just being patient a little bit and
Mhm.
allowing him to do it on his own, because I'm such a dominant. Hi, baby. And I spoke to him too. I'm such a dominant woman, and when I say that, I don't mean like I rule every goddamn thing. I don't, but I just do a lot. I do a lot.
Mhm.
So for me to fall back and waiting and just seeing what he's gonna do, and then he does it. To me, that's growth. And he did that, and I thanked him too. I thanked him so much on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So
Oh,
that's what he did differently. Yeah.
there
So
you
that
go.
I can
So there is something. There is something.
there,
Okay.
there
Cool.
is.
Do you have another question? Because I can just have my last question set
I
up.
actually do, which is my last question, which is hold on. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Y'all gonna get it. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that one, but okay. Okay. Which is the last one. Juicy fruit, 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 juicy fruit.
What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. What
I'm
is
talking
another
about
deep
my
question?
question, honey. I'm talking about my question. We gotta get lit on this questions, honey. We gotta get lit on these juicy questions. So, who do you think chose who? Mm,
Um, I chose him.
mm,
I chose him. I approached him. So I guess, not saying that he was oblivious that I existed before I made my move. We were both looking, I said viewing like we're paintings, but we both were looking at each other with such a desire to want to get to know each other. So it was more so like, you know, I made the first move. So if you had to choose within that scenario, I made the first move and he closed the deal.
okay,
So
okay, okay,
I like
okay.
that. Yeah, yeah. So
All right, all right, all
not a juicy
right.
situation. That was not even a juicy situation. But
That
any
was pretty juicy.
any any words for new couples, married, engaged, or dating, that you would like to give advice on, like for those who are just new to marriage.
For those that are new to marriage, I would definitely say take your time. The best part of being married is that you are consistently growing, so there's no rush to want to get to know that person. You know what I'm saying? The beauty of time, it's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing. Agree with these, you sometimes you gotta agree to disagree. And
Mhm.
Sometimes it's okay for that person to be that person. Don't try to change a person for who they are. You
Mhm.
know, that's my biggest thing. And I gotta be honest when it comes down to this marriage, because sometimes in marriages you tend to grow, and you can grow separately, you can grow together, you can grow separately together. I hope you understand what I mean
I
by
get
that.
get you.
And when you do that, you always got to remember, you got to first keep God at the forefront of it all. But understand that you guys have a purpose together, and that purpose is to grow. And if you're not growing, don't hold each other back from doing it. Consistently be each other's backbone, you know, um, because it's hard. Marriage is definitely, it's really hard. It can be hard, but it's also about being consistent, uh, love and caring, and like right now, just finding understanding. It's like that's what I have. Be patient with each other, find understanding, understand that it's okay to disagree. It's okay. Like it is seriously okay to disagree with each other, to not
Mm-hmm.
be on the same page. It's okay. Everybody may feel like you gotta always be on the same page. You don't have to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and and that's okay. So that's what I have for a married couple, and definitely for my newly couple. Like it's okay. Right now, you're kind of just finding the marriage, because marriage is different from dating and from being somebody's fiance. Just ain't got nothing. Being somebody's fiance, it's like okay, marriage is a totally different depth, and you may think because we're married, no,
Yeah.
you're gonna disagree, and that's okay. Like you
Mhm.
gotta understand that. You have to.
One of the things that I want to add on to what you said is more so don't fit your marriage into everyone else's idea of what it should be. I think your marriage should fit for you and what works for you. I struggled because I felt like I was, I was falling short of the ideal wife role because I was trying to fit into what everyone else thought I should be. And I think
Correct.
yeah, I think that you have to figure out what works for you. So, for example, if in your marriage, uh, you decide that y'all both are not together on Wednesdays, and whatever that consists of on a Wednesday on y'all not being together, and it works for y'all, it works for y'all. If y'all invite people in your marriage on Fridays and it works for y'all, it works for y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning so much about different aspects to marriage and what you can do that works for you. You know, I don't necessarily go about it that way, but who's to say that your marriage have to look like mine's or mine's have to look like yours? So find something that works for the husband and the wife in that marriage and grow with it and get through it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Don't try to conform into something else because everyone always talks about the white picket fence type of lifestyle. Or who the hell said I want a white picket fence lifestyle? You get what I'm
And
saying?
listen, everything that you see on social media, everything that glitter ain't gold. What you may see these couples are doing, and it's like, you know what? Sometimes, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I see these couples on social media, I be mad as hell because I be like, yo, I don't understand why the fuck me and my husband, why the fuck we ain't like that? You know what I'm saying? But listen, everything that glitter isn't gold, and their relationship is their relationship. And so you make your relationship special. You make your relationship. So I definitely agree with you, Rafe. I definitely agree with that.
Mhm.
100.
Yeah, so that's just one of my advice that I have. I don't have that long, and I went through a lot of twists and turns in my marriage, but I did pick up a few jewels along the way. And now that I have defined what woman I'm going to be in my marriage, that is something that that's just something I'm going to continue to just do for mine. Do you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Sorry, something just pulled up. So that's just something I'm gonna do for mines and be the best that I can be within me and my husband's standards, and we're just gonna flow with that. But I want to thank you so much for joining me today, being here, expressing yourself, and being a part of. Say something. I'm sorry.
No, I was like, thank you
Okay.
so much for having me. Yes,
I
thank
thought you
you.
muted out again. That's why I said say something because I thought I couldn't hear you again. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. You know the ups, downs, ugly parts of it, and finishing out and closing out this segment of prison wife versus the everyday wife, and just getting juicy with it and everything. Not being afraid to shy away from certain questions. So I really appreciate you being here and expressing all of that's entailed with it, and also
Thank you for having
yeah,
me. Thank you.
yeah, not a problem. Is there anything you want to add before we close out completely?
I would like to share to the public that and to the world that my sister Raven pushing past prison community will be on my platform. So yes, guys, I will be interviewing Raven pushing past community so that so that we can get a lot more details and a lot more in depth as to what
Mhm.
it is that she does and where she's going to help the community, the pushing past prison community. So
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to that,
yeah, me too.
to that. And just thank you for having me. Like it's really dope. It's really awesome to be able to speak about this because I don't think a lot of women do. Especially not a lot of you know, prison wives and regular wives do neither because the thing is that they say you don't put everybody in your business. You know, when you're married, you're supposed to keep your married thoughts into your married things. But then here's where I'm at. So then how do you know how to be a wife? How do you know how to be a mom? Um, it's like, how do you know how to be a husband? How do you know how to be a wife if you don't ask questions? Because like being a parent, it don't come with instructions.
Mhm.
So I think it's very important that these questions continue and that we're there to kind of just like uplift each other and ask questions that you want to hear. So
Yeah,
thank you for giving me
definitely.
the platform. So I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you
And I cannot wait for it to be reversed and we bust it out on your end. And where would this platform? Where would you be posting this so people can tune in?
It's gonna be on Facebook, but I do believe we're gonna use the same system, and then I'm gonna post it on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, okay.
Um,
So stay
and I'm
tuned for
gonna
that,
also
guys.
open up a YouTube as well. So
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you guys stay tuned for that and hope you guys enjoyed. As I always say on a closing out is, we're one day closer to closure and real love takes sacrifice. So be the change you want to see. And for that, we're going to close out. Thank you again. Thank you guys for watching and I will see you guys next time. All love, Raven.
all right, you take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Bye.